What's up? Today we're hanging out in the garage. I'm going to talk a little bit about bike bags. Specifically, we're going to talk about mini, micro, ultralight, tiny panniers. It's a rabbit hole I've kind of went down the past year, so want to share the things I've learned and what my setup is like this year. This was my Tour Divide setup, and if you watched my gear setup, you'll know that I have a mica rat tail rear rack, and it's got these three-pack mounts on the struts there, and that's where I mounted this mini. It's a feed bag. It was made intentionally, originally, to go on your handlebars and to act as like a little feed bag. I made some modifications to it, sewing on some other straps, and by combining it with a king cage mini thing cage, I was able to mount this to my rear rack, and it was great because I split my rain gear up between the left and the right, and so I didn't need it to be waterproof because it was for my rain gear, and it essentially worked. It was a hacked together bodged bike bag situation. I put this little dowel in the bottom and then zip tied it to this mini thing cage. The first day of the tour, the zip ties broke, and so this bag actually went flying off into the weeds, and so that could have been a problem. But I doubled up the zip ties and made sure everything was secure, and never really had any more issues. But the volume of these were a little small. I wanted a little bit more volume, and so I noticed last fall that San Util was making these micro, or I guess maybe he calls them mini panniers. He makes them in a few different sizes, and this is great. This is essentially exactly what I was looking for, except that they use this Old Man Mountain 3-pack mount with a bunch of hardware that gets attached to this spine, and it goes in the bag, and so it's just a little overkill. It's the size is a little bit bigger than what I needed and what I wanted, and the spine and all of this extra hardware is just a little bit too much. And you know how the roll top closure comes down, it's a little too big. And so Adam at San Util saw that I was using these on my fat bike on a overnighter earlier this spring, and so he reached out and asked how I liked them and what I thought of them, and I loved them, but I thought that they could be a little bit smaller, and so I told him about how I was using these, and how I had removed all of the Old Man Mountain hardware and just mounted it directly to my 3-pack mount, and told him that the spine and the plastic insert was great because it provided some rigidity and some structure to the bag, and he almost immediately knew exactly what I was talking about and had an idea of how to solve it. I still wanted to keep this stretch pocket on the outside because that's where things like my sunscreen and bug spray go, and so that'll be really great to still have access to that stuff on the outside, and to get the roll top closure smaller than what he currently does. I asked him to do buckles on both sides, and he also thought that he had a better solution for the insert in the bag, and so he made up these aluminum cut 3-pack mounts that go inside the bag, and so I think these are just so perfect, and they're like the perfect size, and they still, so when I have them completely packed down, you know, they're about that size, but they still have a lot of extra volume too. So if I'm anywhere where I need to haul some extra stuff, they have really great extra capacity on the top. And so I was gonna mount them up on the Fenrir, and we'll see how they look. So there you go. Got them mounted up. They're so cute. They're like the perfect size, both for my kit and just like the aesthetics overall of the bike. I love the scale of things, and I love how they match like the size of all the rest of the bags. And ultimately, it'll just make getting my rain gear and my clothes easier in and out. And that's the whole idea here. And then having these stretchy pockets for chain lube, sunscreen, bug spray, hand sanitizer, that kind of thing. So shout out to Adam at San Util. These are so sick. I'm so pumped to be running them. I don't think he's gonna make them, but maybe if you hit him up and ask him to make you a set, he'll do it. But thanks for checking out the video, and we'll do a final bike check soon. Still a month out from the start of the Tour Divide, so we'll do a bike check soon. Peace.